Thanks for joining us tonight. Right now, our mind is on snow, but soon Wisconsin could see flooding.
New data from the National Weather Service today shows we are at historically high conditions, primed for flooding once all of this melts. Our Amy Reed joins us now with what that could mean and how it could impact people still dealing with the flooding that we saw, barely 6 months ago, Amy?
Right, it's hard to believe it's even been that long, especially if you had to live it. Many people still don't have their homes repaired and are living in limbo. That's the man photojournalist Brian Troxel and I spoke with today. He's still dealing with what the floods brought and what they took. Snow has replaced water on Curtis Street, but homes don't look better. Still marked with red signs warning that even going inside isn't a good idea.
Come on. Just relax, you'll be fine.
It's a reality Robert Dublin has been living for what feels like eternity. Still dealing with contractors in his home, he instead temporarily rents here.
It just gets so stressful sometimes that I wonder sometimes if I'm going to make it.
Many in Mazomanie aren't much better, but to be fair, it was a lot to handle. Just ask Village Administrator Peter Hebner.
The village just got flipped on its head. We had flooding even in this office here. We're not even in the floodplain.
His office has since been repaired, and the village is getting there too. They're working on future flood mitigation efforts that could keep the same devastation from happening again. And new outlooks from the National Weather Service show that couldn't happen soon enough. Justin Palmer is a hydrologist for the service.
We're looking at conditions going into this spring, this melt season, that are historically high. As far as water on the ground and in the river systems.
He said a wet fall, a big snowpack, and ground frozen deep is the perfect setup to another flood. All that we need is a fast snowmelt and rain to push us over.
But we're making it, aren't we?
But for people still dealing with old flooding, new flooding is too much.
There's been a lot of loss since August.
Especially when flooding isn't the only thing life throws.
I think the hardest part more than anything is losing my wife. It would have been 53 years in May.
As if it couldn't get worse, the home he so desperately wants to fix was his wife's parents, passed on to them years ago. And in a time where Robert feels like he's losing everything, nothing would be better than going home.
That's all she could ever think about is, when can we get back to the house? And I didn't have an answer because I didn't know. And now I understand, because I want to get back there too, and now I can't probably.
This flooding from snowmelt is not a guarantee, but an indicator of risk. The National Weather Service said this is a good time to check your insurance policies and make sure you're covered for flooding if you live in an area prone to that.
Amy Reed reporting tonight. Amy, thank you.